The deadlift will strengthen the entire back and its surrounding muscles, making this lift great for rehabilitative and preventative purposes. It is the most effective exercise for building the core strength that supports all the other major muscle groups. The deadlift is the most simplest and most beneficial lift. It increases fat burning, creates better posture, it's safe and improves grip strength, increases hormones and increases cardiovascular fitness, and most of all, muscles used in a deadlift include gluteus maximus, adductor magnus, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, rectus femoris, semitendinosus, semimembranosus, biceps femoris, and erector spinae. A deadlift set position begins where the head is neutral and eyes gaze to the floor with the chest up, shoulders back, torso tensed. The hips should be lower than the shoulders with the bar close to the shins over the balls of the feet while grasping the bar close to the alternate grip. Movement includes the feet flat on the floor with the bar close to the shins and lifting the bar off the floor and extending the hips and knees. The knees should track over the toes with a full knee and hip extension and the torso erect. The individual should perform a smooth and coordinated descent and ascent. The feet should be shoulder width or slightly apart and toes pointing forward or slightly out and the heels remaining on the floor for the entire lift. While doing so, the elbows should remain fully extended. During a deadlift, your feet should be hip width to shoulder width apart. A wider stance is not only less functional, it can also compromise the spine by rounding the shoulders. The only exception to this is during a sumo deadlift, in which the hand grips is inside the legs. Static stretching major muscle groups prior to lifting can be detrimental to your lift and can cause injury. Stick to a dynamic warm-up with the body weight exercises like squats before deadlifting. During a deadlift, as the weight increases, this becomes more common. Lifters drive and extend their legs with the bar moving only slightly or not at all. This leaves the back to perform the rest of the lift. More than likely, it will cause your back to round before you finish the lift. Keep your core tight and make sure the bar rises as your legs and hips extend. Retracting or pulling the shoulder blades back and together helps you maintain a neutral spine. When your shoulders retract and release forward, your spine is compromised and will round much easier. Obviously, a flat back or neutral spine is ideal. A kyphotic or rounded forward or hyperextended arch back position can place undue stress and excess pressure on the back and even cause injury. This also applies to the head position. Keep your spine neutral all the way through and do not look up. The goal of a conventional deadlift is to perform a hip hinge movement, not a squat variation. Therefore, a chest-up gluteal down position is not ideal because it does not engage the posterior chain, the hamstrings and glutes for lifting. The knee should be slightly bent, but the movement is still mostly a hip hinge. Aim to perform a vertical line perpendicular to the floor from the heel to the shin, while maintaining a flat back. Keep your weight on your heels. If you do the exercise properly, your chest should be roughly over your toes again.